Today, we're diving into a philosophy from one of the longest living communities on the entire planet. It's a really simple but powerful idea that might just change how you think about purpose, happiness, and what it means to live a long, full life. Now, really, just think about it for a second. What is it that actually gets you out of bed? Forget the alarm clock. Is it your kids, your job, maybe a project you're just dying to get back to? That question, that's really at the heart of everything we're talking about today. Because way over on these islands, in a place with a truly astonishing number of people living past 100, that reason for waking up, well, it's not just some random thought, it's a core part of their entire culture. And that word is Ikigai. Now, this isn't about finding some grand, epic destiny. It's much more about finding real, deep meaning in the small things you do every single day. So let's break down what that really means. Okay, so what's your Ikigai? The good news is, it's probably not some mysterious treasure you have to go on a lifelong quest to find. Actually, you might already know exactly what it is. And this is such a key difference. A lot of us are brought up with this idea that we have to find our one big thing, right? Our calling, our one true passion. But the Ikigai perspective is so much more grounded. It suggests that purpose is found in the little daily joys, in our routines, and in how we connect with the people around us. Seriously, your Ikigai can be something beautifully simple. It's the joy a gardener feels when they're looking after their plants. It's the satisfaction a grandfather gets teaching his grandkids how to do something. It's all about the process, the contribution, not some big finish line. So why does all this matter so much? Well, because having this sense of Ikigai is directly connected to your health and how long you live. This isn't just some nice, fluffy idea. It has real, physical effects on your body. I mean, you look at the numbers coming out of Okinawa, and they are just staggering. Their people have dramatically lower rates of the big diseases that shorten lives everywhere else. And researchers are pretty convinced that this strong sense of purpose is a huge piece of that puzzle. And this gets to a really fascinating point about retirement. The idea of just stopping all meaningful work, it doesn't really compute there. Instead, what you do just changes. An older farmer might stop working the fields all day, but he'll start teaching traditional crafts to the younger generation. It keeps his mind sharp, his spirit engaged for his whole life. Now, here's another pillar of their society, the moai. Imagine this. It's a small group of friends you've had since you were a kid, and you all commit to supporting each other for life. In a world where we talk about a loneliness epidemic, this idea of a built-in, lifelong support system is just incredible. And that quote just nails it. We often think of health as this solo mission, something we have to do all by ourselves. But in Okinawa, those deep social bonds are seen as just as important as what you eat or how much you exercise. Your moai is part of your Ikigai. Okay, so we've got the what and the why. But what does it actually feel like when you're engaged with your Ikigai? Well, a lot of the time people describe it as being in a state of flow. This idea comes from the psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. And you know this feeling. It's that magic zone where you're so absorbed in what you're doing that the rest of the world just melts away. Time flies by, the activity is so rewarding in itself that you just want to keep doing it. And the best part is, you can actually set yourself up to find that flow state. You need a clear goal, a challenge that's not too easy but not impossibly hard, and, this is the big one these days, uninterrupted focus. It's basically the ultimate antidote to distraction. So yeah, put the phone away, close those 50 browser tabs, and just give yourself permission to get lost in one thing. And you don't have to be a professional athlete or a concert pianist to find it. You can find what they call microflow every single day. The simple act of chopping vegetables for dinner, getting lost in organizing a messy closet, playing an old song on a guitar, these are all potent chances to find that deep, satisfying focus. All right, so we've got the mindset down, but what about the practical stuff? The daily habits that actually prop up this kind of purposeful life? Let's get into it. Let's start with food. This principle is just genius. It's called hara hachibu. It just means you eat until you're about 80% full. It's basically a kind of built-in portion control that prevents you from overeating. Super simple, right? It respects the fact that it takes about 20 minutes for your stomach to actually tell your brain that it's full. And then there's movement. Again, the contrast is just fascinating. For a lot of us, exercise is this intense thing we have to schedule, something that feels like a chore we have to get through. For Okinawans, movement is constant. It's gentle, and it's just woven into their day. Walking, gardening, getting up and down from the floor, It's not a workout, it's just life.
So here it is, all pulled together. You've got a simple, mostly plant-based diet. You've got constant natural movement. You have a resilient mindset that uses purpose as a shield against stress. And, of course, that deep community connection through the Mwai. You can see how it's a whole system, right? Every part supports the others.
Okay, this is all great, but how do we actually do any of it? The beauty of Ikigai is that you can start right now. You don't have to overhaul your whole life overnight. It's all about small, deliberate steps.
Seriously, don't try to change everything at once. Just pick one thing. Maybe this week you just focus on really nurturing your friendships, your personal moai. Or maybe you try that 80% full roll at dinner. Or just add a 10-minute walk to your day. Or find one simple task you can get completely lost in. These little, consistent steps are what make all the difference.
And that leaves us with one last thought. Your Ikigai isn't some static thing you find and then you're done. It's going to change as your life changes. What gives you purpose when you're 25 is probably going to be pretty different from what gives you purpose at 65. So the real question isn't, what is my one true purpose for all time? It's much simpler. What gives you a reason to wake up right now?